Welcome to the TGimlet year in review. This is kind of something I want to do every time an anniversary rolls around, just to go over what happened in the channel, what I want to do in the future compared to what I did, and it's also an opportunity for me to prove that I can in fact speak in a rate that is normal. Also featuring PowerPoint presentation. Hell yeah. Also, if this is your first exposure to me, weird video to start with, but I'm here for it. So the channel started on the 28th of last February. I don't think I actually uploaded a video until probably March, and I uploaded 5 at a time or whatever. But over that time, we've gotten over 400 subscribers, which is really impressive. I never thought that we would get that high that quick. The watch time is currently sitting at around 780 hours is what YouTube tells me, which isn't actually what's reflected on other pages, so I'm not actually sure if that's accurate, but we'll take YouTube at their word for right now. About 46,000 views, and a lot of them are from shorts. I'm completely new to shorts, by the way, so I wanted to get into shorts, so I had to get a whole new video editor because mine was so old that it didn't do it in whatever mode that is. I think it might be portrait form. So I had to learn a whole new video editor in the middle of all this, I think, which I just got one that was the same brand as the one I was using, so it wasn't that hard, but I like it. There's also my subscribe but not subscribe thing here. I don't try to push that very much, but I wouldn't be a real YouTuber if I didn't show it now. About 1,500 likes and 150 shares. I don't know where people are sharing my videos. I assume it's in Discord channels, so keep it up. I appreciate it. Plus that likes count, if you take that in comparison to the dislikes that I've gotten, I think I've gotten anywhere between 20 and 30 dislikes on videos, so that's insane, the ratio between those. Going back to kind of where these stats originated from, I guess, things really took off in November, which is when I did my first look at the potential first year of units, which I think is going to be accurate, hopefully. I got a lot of views and a lot of good comments on that, so I really appreciate that. I had a stretch through January and February where I was getting at least a subscriber a day, and chronically I'm always checking that, so I didn't have any problems. Let's look back at 2024 then. So the way I did things in 2024 was I had 2 videos a month, which is still going on. I had guides, discussion videos. So when I say discussion videos, I mean stuff like speculating on the global release and stuff like that, which is really taken off, and I like that. Overviews. So when I say overviews, I mean the banner overviews, and I had some other stuff in there. I had gameplay videos in there as well. Shorts, like I said, I had to learn a new editor, and I've been doing 2 a week. Single races and competition races. I'm also doing a bunch new ones, which is the Valentine's events that I've been getting, so I've been uploading those, and those seem to be popular with the people, so if we get to a situation in global where we have little side conversations that I can upload, I don't know if that's actually uniform between, I don't know if it's the same for everybody on the same day. I have to look into that. If it is, then I don't really see much of a point of it, but in terms of shorts, I like the single races and competition races. Of course, I only have so many racers I can do single races with, so we'll have to reevaluate that at some point anyway. As for community posts, I'm doing at least 1 a week. I'm not trying to inundate everybody's feed with my stuff, so I try to do one a week. I think I've mostly done them on Monday, just to say hi, the video's coming out on Saturday, here's a picture. I like to do them with pictures because I'll go on Google Images and be oh, I like this fan art, or I'll be the only reason I use Twitter is to find fan art and repost it. That's basically all my Twitter is. I kind of got into it when it was falling off, so that's fun. As for fast guides, I've noticed a couple of comments that are oh, you're talking way too fast, which, fair. The reason I do fast guides is because I just don't want to I don't want to waste anybody's time, I guess, because if you're going in looking for a quick guide because you don't understand something, I don't want to spend 10 minutes explaining something and say nothing. So I try to script videos in a way where I can be bam, 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 here's what's happening here. And especially for the overviews, I can see how that's a bit of a problem because you don't really see the skills on there for those videos because they go by too fast, and I don't expect anybody to have Superman level reading comprehension where they can read every single skill on that list, so it kind of invites like pauses and stuff like that. And I can see where that would be an issue there, but also I did a 30-second video on the entirety of the Agnes Tachyon event, so there is that too. I don't think everything that needed to be said about the Agnes Tachyon event was definitely said in that video. More often I did guides in 2024, like scenario guides or how this works, but I kind of like the discussion videos, and whenever I post a discussion video or like a speculation video, I'm always scared of what the response will be, but everybody seems to really like it, and they come in with like their own ideas and they say like, yeah, this could be, or like, yeah, I agree with this, or maybe I don't agree with that, and it takes a weight off my shoulders when that happens. And discussion videos are definitely something I want to do more of. But this brings me to my next point. Am I running out of guide ideas? I mean, yeah, kinda. There's only so many things that Uma Musume can have that I can do guides on. As a matter of fact, I'm like fresh out, basically. I have 1 or 2 more planned, and then I really can't think of any more. If I want to do one on like Legend of Heroes or League of Heroes, I don't remember which one it is. I can, and I could do it now, but I'm already like too far deep into this particular run that's going on right now that it wouldn't make sense for me to do it now. But I've got one coming out. One is for sure uploaded and ready to be scheduled. It's just a matter of what's coming up in the very near future where it gets scheduled. So with that being said, if anybody has anything that they want me to do a guide on, please let me know, because I'll do it. I can't think of any right now that really speak to me like, oh, this could be confusing for a new player or something. But I don't know the new player because I've been playing for over a year, so I don't know what new players are curious about. So if you've seen something in my videos or you have questions, please leave a comment here, reach out on like a community post and say like, oh, we have an idea for this. Because somebody a long time ago posted like, oh, when you do the materials and upgrading guide, then you can say this about Tor system, and that gave me the idea for that. And they came back on that video and they said like, oh wow, you actually did this. I was like, yeah, because it was a good idea. And I'll say it a lot, I'm nothing if not a man of the people. So let's talk about 2025. I've got a lot of plans for 2025. So 2025, we're hopefully gonna have the global release. I'm thinking that they're probably going to announce something at the 4th anniversary Pack Alive. Don't get your hopes up too much, but that's what I think. I think it would be cool. So when the global release happens, I am going to do banner overview videos for the unit and the support card when those banners drop. So I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to have, on the day the banners reset, I will try to upload the unit overview video, and I will try to upload the support card overview video the next day. I could do them combined, but the real reason is I want to put them in playlists against each other. I can see the benefit of doing like a slightly longer video because my watch time is already really low. Not that I particularly care about that, but if I were, then that would be a problem. But yeah, well, what I'd like to do for that is just think of a yearly banner review video like I've done, but slowed down. And I've already got a basic script for the TM Opera O banner, which should be the first one, and then the first support card banner I believe is a Guri Cap and Sweep Toe Show. And I wanted to be really slow with them, and it turns out that I didn't do a very good job. But the points I want to communicate should still come across fine. You should still be able to get all of the skills. For the TM Opera O video in particular, it might be a little tricky, so I'm still working on it. I'm trying to get better at that. Shorts, like I said, we're going to keep that at 2 per week, hopefully. I'm trying to think of other ideas for shorts so I can maybe upload more, but I'm also not trying to inundate everybody's feeds like I was saying. So we'll have to see about that. Community posts, I don't know why I would change it. I have a couple of ideas for community posts. Like, what I'd like to do is like get a calendar up at the beginning of the year of what's expected to come at what period of time. I think that would be cool, and turn the channel in kind of like a news hub, I guess. News about my videos are coming out, and then news about the game and stuff like that, because I don't want to post it on Twitter. I still intend to do mass banner overviews like I did last year. One idea I had for shorts was to do the smaller groups of pulls. Like, I want to do 100 pulls when there are banners I like, And you've seen the thumbnail in my videos. You know that it's coming. But if I'm doing polls, maybe I can record those and put them up as shorts just to see what happens there. I think that would be kind of fun. Some other stuff that's not on this slide is when the global release comes, I maybe want to do full-length, no commentary runs of trainings and put those up, because I'm not going to do an hour-long video every day of every unit who I train and say like, oh, I'm doing this because of this. That is just not something that I'm interested in doing. So I think the story of the characters is probably what I care about more than that aspect of a video. I could do like a story sort of overview of a character and upload those. But at that point, you know, if it's a unit that everybody has, it's you can watch it for yourself. So I don't know. It's something I'm thinking about. I'd like to continue doing scenario reviews for the Japanese version when those drop, because they're 4 years ahead anyway. So that's something that I'm going to continue doing, hopefully. I set the goal at the new year to get 700 subscribers by the end of this year. By the way things are going, I think I might hit that. A lot of people are coming in and saying like, oh, once the global drops, you're going to blow up. I'm not so sure, you know? Hopefully that works out that way, and I'm proven wrong, but I'm trying to remain realistic about it. I'm not necessarily sure if that'll happen, but if it does happen, sick. So if I'm running out of guide ideas, obviously that means we're gonna do more discussion videos. And discussion videos, by that I mean kind of like fun fact videos, stuff like that. One of the ideas I have is to look over kind of the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, which is a real race. I want to look at that and do a discussion video on that. So it takes a lot of research to do, and it's kind of just like a look at the real life counterparts of the characters, because that's what I'm really interested in. I like looking up facts about the real life characters, seeing where Cygames pulled from, and go from there, because they're very detailed and they're very good at drawing inspiration from the real life horses for the characters in the Funny Horse Girl game. And I don't know if that's something everybody else is interested in, but that's something that I would really like to bring to people's attention. I will try to slow down a little for those videos. I'm not going to try and go a million miles per hour at those, so hopefully they're digestible. So let's talk about the global release. There was an instance where I was going to do sort of a day one video about what you should do after you download the game. That video got nixed because I couldn't figure out how to set up another account for some reason, and the steps that I outlined in the how to install the game video weren't working for me for a second email for some reason, so that video was on hold. But this is something that everybody has been requesting. I mean, a very vocal majority of people have been asking me to do a beginner's guide. There will be a beginner's guide. I got a question when I posted to send questions about this video that I'm doing right now. There are a few people who actually mentioned that they want to see a beginner's guide, so that is something that I'm interested in. I've seen beginner's guides on YouTube before. They're either kind of old or, I don't know, they feel a little advanced for me. So I have a rough outline at the moment of talking points that I have. If anybody's really curious about something or other that they want to see that they consider beginner's guide worthy, then by all means let me know and I can go over it. I can add it to the talking points. But it's basically, I think it'll be an hour long, because I want to go over the menus. I want to go through a training and say everything about why I'm doing things the way I'm doing, and just go pretty detail oriented. I want to talk a lot about the points that I have, because it's a beginner's guide, so you got to be really detail oriented if it's people's first time trying to learn about the game and its mechanics. So if there's anything in particular that people want to know, like what does this stat do, or what is this menu for, you know, let me know and I'll see if I can add it on there. And then of course I have other stuff that I'm working on. I have a few ideas in the works that hopefully are feasible to do, that I want to work on. I'm not gonna say what it is, because that'll put a lot of pressure on me to actually deliver on things. But yeah, I've got other stuff. I'm not running out of ideas anytime soon. It's a very character-oriented game, so I hopefully have a lot of work that I can do and go over. So like I said, I asked for questions from the people on community posts. and I said that I would be really, really sad if people didn't send me questions, and I got a bunch. So, first of all, thank you guys for sending in questions. I really appreciate it. But yeah, let's go over the questions. So we've got Beetle Rope here asking about a deeper beginner's guide when the horse game goes global, and what kind of range I'm going to keep a balance of when it comes to the global release versus the Japanese release. I think I've pretty much gone over that, but I don't know what really the balance I'm going to keep is, but it'll primarily be the global release, just to kind of go over that more specifically. Once I run out of shorts, for instance, to post from my roster on the Japanese game, we'll be switching over to the global release. I'm purposefully saving a lot of the beginner units for the global release for that. But hopefully the way it works is every time I upload a video about the game, it'll either be a new scenario in the Japanese version, or it'll be something special in the global release that I can go over. Nameseo asks if I intend to stream the game, and apologizes for their English. It's perfectly fine. I'd be down to stream. I think it would be cool if people want to see me stream a scenario or two or some such. I'm just not really in a position right now where I can do it regularly on account of the fact that I already get too many noise complaints. So if I were to stream, it would be situational, and it would be very specific time frames that I could do it. But yeah, I'd be down to stream. Grunfox asks how many fences a day I can break. A better question would be how many fences can destroy me. Famously, I don't train intelligence, and I don't train stamina either, so I'm very easily defeated. But don't tell anybody. Love Pecan asks what my favorite currently non-playable Umas are. For right now, it's Orfever and Still in Love. I know they're gonna add Orfever in the upcoming anniversary event. We all know it to be true, so pretty soon it'll only be Still in Love. Although if you want to make the argument that Still in Love is playable in Party Dash, then I mean, I don't have any. Godkiller here has a few questions. What do I like about Gimlet? When and how did I get into Uma Musume? Which I believe somebody else asked. Who else asked that? Sixwig asked that as well. And the last question is what my favorite training scenario or race or main story OST is. Why I like Gimlet? Gimlet is funny. She has an eye patch, she destroys fences, she's a destroyer of worlds, and she sings metal songs. I have a very high bar for characters that I like. As for how I got into Uma Musume, my friends and I watch anime twice a week, and we decided it would be really funny if we tricked our classic shonen-loving friend into watching Horse Girls anime ironically, and then I realized it was really good, and then my friend Big Meal figured out how to play the game, and my life has never been the same. My favorite OST is What's Going On, which you've probably heard in every guide I've ever done. Ricardo Martin asks if there are some Umas who would dominate in other sports that aren't races. The only sport I really follow is baseball. To be good at baseball, you need a powerful swing, an accurate throw, so much athleticism. I pick Yaino Muteki because she intimidates me. Ricardo Martin asks if I like drinking or breaking fences more. Hey, I think I've seen you from somewhere before. I remember it like it was yesterday. Gatorade is my answer. Ah, man, Q-May, you mixed your franchises up. Don't worry, I get what you're trying to ask me, and the answer is Mudsdale. User asked what I had for breakfast. Leftover cold pizza. It's a breakfast of champions. Javif asks what my favorite Umas apart from Gimlet are. It's hard for me to have a lot because I never really experienced the story because I don't want to Google translate everything for 3 hours, but I like Goldship and Sounds of Earth. Kadan asks who my favorites are when it comes to their real-life counterparts. Tanino Gimlet, she destroys fences, obviously. Goldship is also in this category because she's just a loon in real life and in the game. So after that, we have the Joel section. Joel, you sent in a lot of questions. We're gonna try and rapid fire through the rest of these. What's your favorite Uma to use for each distance? I pick Curran for short, Duramente for mile, Gentle Donna for medium, Goldship for long, and Shinko Windy for dirt. Are you planning to do other side games content? Not really, I only pay attention to horses. Are you planning to do other gacha game content? Maybe, but not anytime soon. I can really only tolerate 2 mobile games at a time or else my head'll explode. In case you're curious, the other one I'm playing right now is What's your favorite horse generation? This one, have you seen the designs? I'm not actually sure if you mean real life, because I don't know in that case. What's your favorite scenario? UAF, it's the one I'm best at. What's your favorite distance? I don't know, I feel like long distance doesn't get a whole lot of love for some reason. What's your favorite race for Rice? What's your favorite race for each type of distance? That would require me to Google Translate every single race I do, but the Lark race looks pretty cool. Have you tried Gimlet before? Yes. What's your favorite Uma solo song? When I heard Destroy for Dason, I decided to base this channel off Gimlet. Which Uma do you want to get a future alt? Gimlet, so I can actually have her. What's your favorite Uma alt costume? Probably Goldship Lark. Your favorite support card for each training stat type? I don't really keep the same ones for each type of horse girl that I'm training, but I do use the Umayon one a lot. Who's your favorite Uma Seiyu? Hitomi Ueda. Who's your favorite NPC Uma Seiyu? Kaori Mizuhashi. Do you like Gimlet Seiyu? Yes. Do you have a historical race that you like from one of the Umas? To be honest, I'm not really watching races like that, but I hope to in the future for research purposes. Do you have the skills to build fences? No. Do you like any of the Umasei who work outside the franchise, like Sirius Symboli being Jolene? Sirius Symboli is Jolene? That's crazy. I don't think I found any other instances, but I'll have to look into that. Do you find Symboli Chris S's English ridiculous? I don't have Symboli Chris S, and I don't think I've seen a lot of media with her in it, so I bet she speaks better English than I do. Do you prefer Umas with ear covers or no ear covers at all? Ear covers, I guess. Any extra character design is good by me. What is your opinion on the Uma Tanuki? I have a great fear of rodents unless they're mole cars. Do you share a birthday with one of the Umas? Apparently not. How depressing. Do you share a height with one of the Umas? I am canonically taller than all of the Uma Musume characters. How many bottles of alcohol do you think you can chug before going down? 2 Gatorades. Will you do Party Dash gameplay in the future? Do people want more Party Dash videos? I mean, I'm more than happy to force it upon my friend group unless I have to lose to Big Meal rigging games again. Will you do Party Dash Guide in the future? I'm not sure if that game has the complexities necessary for one, but I'm a man of the people. If you guys want tutorials, then let me know. What was the worst training failing chance you had when training an Uma? I'm pretty sure I have failed a 1% before. If not, I remember failing a 4% pretty recently. What kind of mechanics do you want to see in a future scenario? Well, Great Food Festival canonized pizza in the Uma Musume universe, and UAF canonized baseball, so all of my hobbies are covered except for maybe watching pro wrestling. Did you know that Goldship has a better dropkick than Okada? I don't think we're getting a SmackDown vs. Raw scenario, but we might get a kart racer. Do you want dating cards for future scenarios like Yayoi, or do you prefer no dating link cards? I'm of two minds about it. I like the special friend cards that have effects on the training, but on the other hand, I also like having a complete set of support cards for each type of training. Also that I almost always bring the friend cards if they have scenario effects though. Ah, that was easy. Alright, I'll see you next year.